Billie
so
didn't
cool.
like, would Billie be honest enough with you to tell you if she didn't like a woman you were dating?
100%.
Has that happened?
Yes.
And Billie, you'll say to your brother, listen, I love you. You know, no one's closer to me in the world than you, which I assume is the truth.
It's also the other way around.
Yep.
Oh,
Phineas
yeah?
has his issues. Phineas has way more issues with the people I like than me with.
I think you should look at the way that, like, to me, like when I look at like people, you know, Billie's relationship life or whatever.
I got a lot of shit to do.
I just, you know, I think you think about like how the person treats the person you love and then how they treat them back. And I think if that's all really positive and, you know,
So you said to Billie, hey, Billie,
not treating you well enough.
you're hanging out with a guy who's being a douchebag.
Well, that's happened multiple times, but that's
totally.
just because I'm.
Do you listen to him? Will you?
No.
No.
You can't. I mean, you just can't change things unless it's you do. Like, and it's not even. This has been like my entire life that I'm so strong-willed that like when I was young or when I was little, when I, you know, any age I was, if I wanted to do something, I would go and do it.
But can't your brother ruin a relationship for you? Not in the sense that you know, maybe defiantly you say, I'm sticking with this guy, I don't care what Phineas says. But in the back of for you, not in the sense that you know, maybe defiantly you say, I'm sticking with this guy, I don't care what Phineas says. But in the back of your mind, like, Phineas is he's a pretty level-headed guy. You know what? He must see something I don't see.
Yeah.
And now that's ruined the relationship. It's in the back of your head.
Yeah.
Because he's got your back.
He knows.
Well, and then like when there's
really
been
well.
people that treat Billie really well, I love those people, you know, and like think they're great. Yeah, I think that's part of the reason that I do feel some obligation to like be honest with my opinion to Billie, and I think it's why I appreciate it when she's the same way to me, is that it's nice to like, even if you're on your own path and you're not going to be dissuaded, it's like her opinion means so much to me. I want
for a woman.
But he, you know, he's also, sorry to cut you off, he's also my older brother, very protective, and you know, wants me to be taken care of and wants me to be safe, and you know, he's always been a person that I think is attracted to very well-kept people, and I'm not really. Phineas is attracted to more my mom types than I am. I think, like, people that, like, Phineas just likes the people that know what they want in life and are doing it and are nice and are following the rules and stuff.
Right.
And
he wants a normal home life. He doesn't want aggravation. And you're looking for drama. I just see damage, and I'm just like, you go right to it.
Swear to the Lord Jesus Christ.
I always, for many years, loved damaged women. I always thought the more damage, the better.
What the hell's wrong with us, bro?
Because I love taking care of people. That's why I was curious when I was asking about your parents and stuff. I had a mother who didn't have a mother, so I felt like I needed to take care of her. So whenever somebody, that to me is love. When I'm in control and I'm taking care of somebody. And Phineas, the thing is, for you to be with a woman, does she have to be a musician? Is that something that is important? No, you want the opposite.
Yeah, it'd be better if she's not. Yeah, which my girlfriend isn't, which is great.
Billie, do you get hit on all the time? Constantly?
I don't know.
You don't know? She does?
I don't know, because I feel like I don't know to a bad extent. Like, because I love people and I love talking to people, and I've always been a very physical person, so like with all the people that I'm close with, I'm like always like on them and like hugging them, and like,
do they misinterpret that as like, oh, you're coming on to them?
Yeah. And I think there's just like people just don't understand, and I think I'm stupid sometimes, where I'm like, God, I'm being flirty, but I don't mean to be, because I like talking to this person.
And when you're 17 and you're dating and you're living in a really adult world now, you're moving fast and you're making money. Are you dating older guys? Because now you're meeting guys in their 20, 25, 26 kind of range. You're 17. I would imagine these are older guys.
Well, not like 26, but they are too old, which I've learned, and I don't think it. I think. I don't know.
How weird would it be, though, for a 17-year-old kid to be dating you, who's like living this adult life?
Well, that's
weird.
That's the problem, is that and it's such a weird, conflicting thing, because I'm living in this world that I've been living in since I was 13. Because I'm living in this world that I've been living in since I was 13.
Who's going to know how to live in that world with you?
Right, surrounded by, like, imagine me dating someone that goes to high school.
That's what I mean. You're out of that whole world.
I can't. I can't. And also,
No, you can't.
I just can't. And dating has never appealed to me. I've only dated one person ever, and it was like recent, and I mean, it just.
You mean you won't go like out to dinner with a guy?
No, I've actually never gone on a date. No one's ever taken me on a date.
So what is
before.
it, like a hookup? It's like, hey, I like you, you like me. Let's not play any games. I got to get on the road. There's no time for nonsense. Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
How unromantic.
Yes. Yeah.
That is not romantic.
Yeah, I like went on a date once, and it was when I was 13, and it was at the movies, and then.
What movie?
I have no idea.
Right.
And it was the day before Valentine's Day. It can't just be anyone. Like, that's the problem. And I'm not saying that's how I feel, but it's kind of how it works right now.
That's how the internet feels.
The internet is like, I can't.
It's deadly.
And because of my name, people talk so much. And even people that I, like, flirted with once when I was 13 or 14 now are, like, claiming, oh, yeah, she topped me off. And shut the fuck up. Like, swear to God, I talked to somebody the other day. Like, oh, yeah, you know that kid? Do you remember blank? And I was like, who? And I remember it was some random ass, like, nobody that I talked to one time. And he's, like, telling their whole school or whatever that, like.
They had sex with you?
Yeah. And it's like, what?
Jeez.
Shit is weird. So now it's, like, at this point where I'm like, damn, like, I can't even talk to people.
That is strange.
It's okay, actually, right now, because right now I've actually, for the first time probably in my life, I haven't felt the need and I haven't been, like, wanting it, to be honest, which is very new to me.
Maybe because your career is so full, you just took
maybe because my life is so fire that I'm good.
Right.
Yeah. I literally.
I wonder what your romantic story is going to be. Like, I wonder how that's all going to happen. And then I worry that, you know, some guy's going to have ulterior motives.
Yeah.
You know, even with my daughters, I always was nervous because of my fame and what they might go through.
Sure.
It's just scary. It's very, very, very scary for a young girl.
How do you, like, what was your approach to raising a kid as a famous?
You can't, and it's
you
hard
can't play ukulele.
That's right. And you
I
can't.
actually played guitar the other day with them.
Yeah. I don't
you can,
see
like,
how.
All
right. Here's a demonstration. Well, they're almost like finger picks.
Right. They could be.
Right.
To play.
Right.
Watch.
Go ahead.
If I just go. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But why would you handicap yourself? I don't know if
It's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in, yeah.
Why would you handicap yourself?
Plug it in, Trevor.
Let's see if you could play. But why would you handicap? If I could play guitar and piano the way you do, I would never handicap myself with long nails.
Yeah, but.
I don't care how bad my fingers look.
But we're. I'm so high maintenance right now.
Yeah. Let me hear you play that guitar with your long fingernails. Let's see if it's really possible. Go ahead.
Look. Oh, not that. That doesn't
See?
work. Wait, shh. Be quiet.
Listen to me.
She's struggling.
This is incredible radio.
We really learned.
Ready?
Beautiful.
An open G.
Wow. You almost play as good as I do now.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, come on. What are you doing to yourself? Get those nails off today and let's get down to business. We're in the music business.
It makes me feel pretty.
You know what? Get press-on nails and we can take them on and off. Leave press-on nails. Yeah.
But it makes me feel pretty, and also we're on tour so much that, like, I only have to do this the whole time.
Anything we want to plug? Should we plug something? We should say that
the tour goes on sale next week.
The tour goes
in Portland, and the lobby of the hotel had a piano, and I hadn't played with these.
Are the nails? Are the nails
so hard to
But are
play
the
with
nails
them.
that important?
I have to literally play like this.
Yeah.
No, listen. Here's what's funny about it is that I swear to God, I never did a thing with my nails until May, the end of May, forever. Like, I never painted them. I had them always short. Never painted them. Never got them.
What happened?
Never. There was just a day where I was like, well, the thing is, like, do you remember? I used to wear a huge ring on every single finger, every day, every single finger, and it was because I've always hated my fingers, and I've always hated my hands, always hated my fingers, and I felt like to make up for that, I had to wear these enormous rings. But they were giving me rashes. Like this one, I still have like a scar. Like I was getting rashes from them. Like I wasn't washing my hands enough.
It's not worth it.
Not worth it. And I hated my hands so much that I could never not have rings on if you know? And
but I never understand that with women. Their nails are so important to them.
it wasn't the nails. It's my fucking fingers. They're ugly as hell.
Right. She's extending her fingers.
I'm saying
because
they're
why? You
ugly
think
as hell,
your fingers are too short?
My fingers they're like short and chubby.
Yeah.
They're very,
And so you make them longer.
But
yeah, so
fingers,
like the nails have actually made me feel a lot better about myself because I think like
you feel more feminine?
No, I just feel
prettier.
So having a beard as a guy, it changes the shape of your face.
It makes me feel more like
make your face longer.
Happier about the way that I look.
Like how I feel with the bag over my head as opposed to when I take it off?
Exactly, yeah, same thing.
Can you pick your nose with those, Billy? Pick your nose with those, Billy?
I can, but it's not as satisfying because you can't feel it.
Yeah, I mean, you really can't get in there. It's almost like a highlight scoop.
I can go, look how far.
Wow.
Whoa.
Impressive.
But you can't feel it yourself because what's satisfying about picking your nails or picking your nose is the feeling on your finger of the thing, of the little car parked in there. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I have huge nostrils. I can get my own thumb up there. So it's
I don't. I have this little tiny nose.
You have a cute little nose.
Yeah.
What are you playing now?
This is,
what are you playing now?
This is, Lana Del Rey. Oh, wait. The thing that,
We like Lana Del Rey?
I love Lana.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
You met her?
Yeah.
And what do you get quiet around these people, or do you just start to express your love for them?
Around her, I just turn into a little floppy baby child, like because I feel like I get the feeling that she thinks of me as this tiny, cute thing because every time I see her, she's like, "Aw," like she's very like, "Oh, you're so cute," and she's like the only person on planet Earth that I am like okay with her
saying that,
thinking of me as this cute tiny thing.
Right, you're all right with
everyone else. I'm like, I want to be the alpha. I want to be the big, you know. But with her, she like the first time I met her, she pat me on the head.
Wow.
But it's Lana Del Rey. Like she could do whatever she wants.
You meet a lot of celebrities now, you guys, right? Like Julia Roberts brought her kids backstage to meet you, right? Like that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her son's name is Phineas.
Oh, is that right?
It's like his. Yeah, she's a sweetheart. She's so sweet. Since the day we met her and every time we've seen her since then.
Who's the greatest celebrity you ever met? Meaning they were nice, except for Woody Harrelson and Lana Del Rey. Like,
besides them?
Yeah, what was the most exciting?
Besides them and you. Besides the top three.
Thank you. Thank you for that, Phineas.
Billy Joe Armstrong has been...
Oh, what a songwriter.
What a name.
Right.
I just dropped.
Isn't he something?
He is something.
What'd you say to him? I think he's amazing.
I don't know what we did this thing that, I don't know where that is. We did a thing together that's like coming out soon, I think.
Did you get off Twitter?
Yeah.
I think that's smart.
Ago.
I think that's very wise. I mean, I know that they probably tell you, you've got to satisfy your fans and stay on social media, but I think that was a wise decision. Yeah.
Twitter almost...
It can suck your soul, right?
It almost destroyed me.
But did you read the comments? Is that the problem?
Well, Twitter is only comments.
Well, I mean, you could just post stuff and not read what they are writing.
Yeah, but even that, if you only post something, even if you click on a tweet and you don't scroll, there's already one right there. Boom. You don't even have to try. Like, it's right there.
And it affects you because what you're saying is, listen, we're new to this too, and I don't have I don't have the thickest skin, right? It's hard.
I was 15 and getting dragged on Twitter for being a 15-year-old. Right. And, like, saying some stupid, like, it's actually hilarious what I said. And then I got dragged for it. And then
what did you say?
You know what I said? It's actually hilarious. I don't even care that I bring it up now because, honestly, it's funny as hell. It was and it was also a joke between the person I was talking about. And then everyone was like, she's mean. That's toxic. I'm like, but it's my friend.
Right. And that's how friends talk.
Thought it was funny. It was, it was, a kid I broke the heart of has been looking kind of cute lately. I might go back. It was like I might go back into his life and fuck him up all over again.
Right. And they thought you were being a mean
And they thought it was like toxic behavior, which I mean it is, but I was 15.
Right.
And it was this dude that like I still was talking like we were fucking friends. Like,
see, what I would think would be the real mind fucker is the adults who are jealous of a 15-year-old who's starting to get some fame and some money, and then they get angry sitting in the basement attacking you.
Look at poor, like, Greta Thunberg. Like, people are just...
Right? He is the favorite child. Is it true, Mom and Dad? Let's get that off.
No. I think Mom likes Phineas more, and Dad likes me more.
Can we get verification?
Am I right, Phineas? I'm fully
It's getting
right.
closer to the truth?
Not true.
I'm 100% right.
It's not about liking. Phineas is probably more like me, and Billy is more like Patrick. That may be true. They have some similar qualities.
I verify that.
Yeah,
that's true. But the thing is, like you were saying before, like earlier, that like, is he jealous or you know, does he wish that he was in the spotlight or whatever? And he was for my entire life until I was 13, and then he wasn't anymore. Right. It was literally like Phineas got
enough attention.
Phineas was the golden child for real, and it was fine because I was dancing and I was doing other shit, but he was like. I was always being dragged to his events, and Phineas was having this, and Phineas was on this, and doing this, and doing this.
And Phineas never sat through any of the 5 Shakespeare plays Billy did.
At 9 years old, you mean?
Or any of her
gymnastics
When I was in a play
as a child?
Could you guys have predicted this success? Like, did you see this in your kids? Now, being serious for a second.
No.
You did not, right? You don't know.
None of us kids.
You know, as far as I can tell, everybody has incredible talents and surprising traits when they're babies, kids.
Talk about it.
Do you think this is why your hands aren't as attractive as you want them to be?
My hands and my body, I blame on them.
On them.
But I'm very successful.
Yeah.
Which we're very happy about.
My entire life, though, still, I'm very mad about the way that my body looks, thanks to you guys, and the way my hands look.
It was the spinning.
It was the spinning. You just could have spun me
one
more
more
time.
Are you angry with your
and I would have
parents?
been
You
fine.
feel that they could have done a better job?
No, because I'm doing just fine.
They're very attractive people. I mean,
they're beautiful.
And I think you're attractive.
Back when they were like young, they were just beautiful.
And you would make Billy perform at your dinner parties and things?
We did not make her, but
she them out.
You forced her? You forced her to perform?
But you know what Billy would do? Yeah. She would say, I want to sing a song. And be like, oh, okay, what do you want to sing? She'd say, I want to sing Happiness is a Warm Gun. Like, okay, Billy, go ahead. And she would hide under the pillows of the couch.
Why would you hide? Were you ashamed to
sing? I was embarrassed, but I wanted them to hear my voice. I just didn't want them to see me.
You'd say, Mom, I want to sing Happiness is a Warm Gun. Meanwhile, is that not a great song, Happiness?
Fantastic song. That's a song I used to sing all day, every day.
Happiness is a warm gun. Bang, bang, shoot, shoot. Happiness. What a
I did it for the first talent show.
Oh,
first
did
talent
you?
show I ever did, and he played piano for me.
No.
There's a video somewhere.
The homeschool talent show is actually one of the cutest things on the planet.
Now that Billy and Phineas are so famous, can you discipline these two and get them in line, or is that over with? I mean,
you know what? We never.
Can you lock her in a room and say she's grounded?
Never did one
we
time.
Never did. We never. Okay, we're gonna sound like.
Yeah, here we go.
We're gonna sound like what we are. We had no consequences and no rewards. Parenting.
Awesome. Oh, I wish you were my parents.
I had no idea that existed.
Yeah.
And we had no punishment.
It was all nonviolent communication.
Never had to spank Billy?
We
no,
never.
Of course
they never.
No, we never had timeouts. We never had punishment.
Wow.
Really, at all.
That's
it was a philosophy that we
adopt me.
Followed.
Yeah, really.
Mom.
You know, we had rules and parameters and all kinds of behavior that, you know, is acceptable and unacceptable. It wasn't like we had this wacky, you know, cult combat.
Are you worried about Billy dating like I am?
No.
Yes.
I am.
Very.
I'm worried about these schlubs who are going to come in and, you know, look for her fame or tell people about, oh, yeah, I was with Billie Eilish. I'm worried about this.
I worry because she's so funny and she's so unusual and interesting, and I just want her to be around people who appreciate that and let her be that, you know?
Yeah, I don't know
I want that too, but I'm not worried about boys and men. You know, I don't have that sort of dad's thing of, oh my God, nobody's going to touch my daughter.
Yeah, I don't have that either, by the way. I like the guys.
You think she has the judgment and the...
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever it takes to do the right thing.
She doesn't have great judgment yet.
Sure. She doesn't have great judgment yet?
Well, she's had some...
No. No, I determined that
Not bullseyes.
This is what it is.
You didn't like the guys?
Listen, I've talked about this with a lot of people that know a lot about the very like detailed things about my relationship life, which is like I have really good judgment, meaning I know what I should be doing, I know what would be right, but I choose sometimes to not do those
because
things.
you
because I want to not because I want to be with that terrifying person. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we're all worried about. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, but like I'm at a point now where it's way too risky though. Like a year ago, 2 years ago, like it was like, oh, whatever. But I had nothing to lose. But
who are these guys? Are these famous guys you're seeing, or are they?
Oh God, no.
No.
Famous people suck, dude.
They do?
Famous people are fucking weird.
Well, I could have told you that.
But they do. I mean, they understand my life more.
Right.
So, like, I think it should be probably but it definitely shouldn't be a musician, though, to be honest. Like, it shouldn't be a rapper or, like, a singer or anything, because we can't have competing lives, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, what about an actor?
Like well, maybe. Acting is quite cringy, but it's okay. Like,
yeah.
And Mom, you were an actress.
Both of them, and Phineas.
Didn't you work with Will Ferrell and...
We liked being with our kids.
We were older. I was older.
But how did you have romantic moments if the kids were in the bed with you all the time?
Well, that's why no more kids after Billy.
Pretty much
right. That's why you had to conceive Billy in a clinic because you couldn't be alone.
Phineas was in the bed.
That's right.
Well, back to the poor factor, though.
But will you guys go on tour with them to make sure they don't screw up, or are you?
We have been.
We've all been on tour the whole time.
You like it?
I love it, actually.
You have fun?
Yeah, I think we liked it way before Billy liked it.
Right,
because it's adventurous.
Yeah.
Fun.
I don't have to do the dishes.
No mail, no lawn to mow.
Right.
We work, though. We work on the tour. Patrick's on the crew, and I work for Billy.
What a tight family, though. Do you have any... what would it be like if you didn't have your family around for a year? Would you think you'd go into a depression? Because you're so used to having...
probably.
Probably, right?
Yeah, like I talked to some artists that... like started when they were young, like my age or like younger or older, and they like didn't have anyone, and I didn't realize like how lucky we were until probably like this year or last year. No, like this year I think, because I just was like, oh my God, other people don't have their families.
You know what we learned? We learned how these young artists were conceived. I've asked my own parents what position they were in, and they will not tell me.
What position were you in for Phineas?
I do not remember.
Yeah,
you remember the actual session?
Session?
Yeah.
Well, you said it was right away.
Yeah, it was one time. It was one time.
I don't know. I mean,
here's the
was
deal.
it missionary position, Phineas? Or?
Probably actually because I think, when you're trying to conceive, they give you tips like put your hips up in the air and stuff like that.
Well, they say if you want a boy, kids, cover your ears. Doggy.
Really?
Doggy is.
I never heard that.
Yeah, so Phineas was probably in the doggy position.
Well, here's the deal.
No offense, Phineas.
This is exactly why we were worried about her coming on the show.
Exactly.
We're not doing it to her. We're doing it to you.
Yeah, right.
No, but both our children were conceived on purpose, right?
Yes, in love.
There were no mistakes. There was no sort of like, oh my God,
you weren't drunk in the back of a car.
I got to be honest with you. I am so excited by your parenting because